Is everything is going on smoothly? Yeah. So ask sir to give the mains question if he is forgetting. Okay. So yesterday or day before yesterday itself I said, ask sir. So why are you forgetting again and again? So if sir is not giving, ask him to give one question. This is for you students. Okay. And from today onwards, we are going to start our prelims practice also. And I will be giving you one link in the group of app. So if you click that, directly you can go to app and you can take the test. Okay. So you know about how online prelims test is, right? Any experience? Anyone? No? No? Any idea? Hamid? No? So just I will share you the link in WhatsApp. So click on that, or else you can directly download our app. So in that app you will be having one session of take in test. So click on that and you can take the test. And the first test will be on your solar system. Okay? Solar system, have you revised everything? And your work is what are the classes going on here, you have to revise on that day. And from now onwards you have to take prelims test and you have to write the mains answers also. And you have to make your answers evaluated. So that is your responsibility. Clear? Anyone? Any more doubts? No, right? So these two are the today's questions, and whatever sir said about the content, you have to also add maps. So, or you draw this map like, so this is Pangaea, Panthalassa, and after this we have Gondwana land and Laurasia. So you have to draw those also. Clear? So geography, it is about diagrams. So as many diagrams as possible, you have to include those. Clear? Okay, so now let us see our syllabus. So as I said, we are going to see micro listing of topics in yesterday's class, right? So take down the topics I will be giving you, and I will be starting with history, because history is very important. So if you know history well, then you can easily interconnect. I will be saying you how you can interconnect our society, our education, our polity with history. Okay, 1 minute. So I will see how much time it will take for history, and later on we will be moving on to another topics. Okay, so in history how many modules are there, students? In history how many modules? Ancient next, after ancient, medieval, after medieval, modern, after world, after world, post-independent. After that again separately we have to read art and culture. So all these are the different modules of history, and out of this we will be prioritizing our areas. So ancient is very important. Ancient, next one is medieval, modern, post-independent, world history, and art and culture. So after this, have you gone through pre-YQs, anyone? Pre-YQs of prelims and mains, anyone? Hamid? No? Manoj? No? You? PYQs చూసావా, అంటే previous questions చూసావా? Yes or no? No one? No one, no idea about PYQs. Okay, so in all these modules, important one is ancient, modern, art and culture. Okay, so even from world history it is for mains, but from last 3 years there is no question, but we don't know whether this year the question will appear or not. Okay, so keep this aside. And from post independent India you will be getting just one question, not more than that. Okay, so first let us see the micro listing of this ancient, and I want to you to by heart this by tomorrow, at least some important events, because I am giving the events of sequence, like what followed what. So if you know this sequence, then around 30% of your work of history is done. So sequence is very important. So why sequence is important? Because you will be getting questions directly, like they will be giving you the events and you will ask them to arrange from in order, like ascending order, descending order, which happened first or which happened later. So from that point of view you can expect questions not only UPSC, and if you are preparing for any other competitive examination, That is the one way you can get questions in history. Clear? So this history which starts with prehistoric times. So we will be calling this as Stone Age. Okay, so first history will be starts with the Stone Age. So why we need to study about this Stone Age? Any idea? So in your school days you might be studied about this early man. They won't wear clothes, they will be wearing leaves like that. Do you getting any idea? Can you recall something that you studied in your school days? Yes? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, next. Why you need to read other than that? What is the importance of the Stone Age?
To know which year, I mean, started life or started.
Life already started here.
Stone చూసుకొని అది ఏ మెసోలిథిక్ నియోలిథిక్ అని కంపేర్ చేయాలి.
Okay. Other than that? Other than that? Think and tell me. Yeah, development, very good. Next, development in what specifically? Okay, fire. Killing the animals, okay. Next. Kamid, tell to me. Yeah? Compound. Means? Yeah, houses. Next. So the Stone Age is very important. Why? Because we can study about evolution. So how humans started his life, how he starting his settled life. Because in one age he was like hunter and gatherer, and later on he started using some things and he shifted towards agriculture. But in history there is one uncertainty. For example, if you are taking this as so and so continent, so here we may see like still the people are there in hunter and gatherers. But if you move on to another area, they may be, we can find the evidence of Mesolithic. And in the same timeline, this is happening. So that there is some uncertainty. For example, here you will be studying about some sites, like where you can see this type of Stone Age. In some sites, we can see all these three. Okay, that means you have to see that, yes, there is a transition period which is happening. Okay, so that thing you have to be very much clear, like, so in the same time, we can see different age, different development. For example, if you see now also, for example, you are in Hyderabad. So Hyderabad is city, metropolitan city, and we have population, we have somewhat advancement. If you go near like around 100 kilometers from here, they may be not that much advanced. Are you getting my point? So while reading, you have to be very much clear. So you should not question like, in this time we have Mesolithic age, not Paleolithic age. Understood my point? Yes or no? Online students, clear? So first one is you will be reading this Stone Age. So here you will be studying about periodization. So here in history, timeline and dates, years is very important. So with this dates and timelines, UPSC will play the games. Okay, you have to remember at least the important years of important events that happened in our history. So first one is you have to know Paleolithic or Old Stone Age. So during this time you have to know especially what is the year, and next one is what is the occupation of people. So if you know the occupation, then if you are moving on, you can observe that early man adopted some changes according to the change evolution, and he went to the settled life. Okay, so first he was like hunter-gatherer. So wherever he is to get the food, he is to go there and he is to kill the animals and he is to have that food. Okay, so there he used to use like some weapons to kill the animals, but these weapons are very big first. And later on what happened, so Mesolithic age or Middle Stone Age came, and during this time he started using small tools. Okay, why he used small tools? Any idea? So from larger tools, why he shifted towards small tools? Yes, so whenever he wants to move from one place to another place, he is becoming like burden to carry along with him that much big stone tools, because already stone is very heavy. So if you want to take them and if you want to run after this, it won't happen sometimes, right? So because of this, he started using the small tools. So these small tools are called as microliths. Okay, and anyone from anthropology who want to take anthropology here? Optional. Anyone? You want, right? Yes, so in that anthropology also same this thing will be there, the Stone Age and evolutions, and here you have to take the India map and you have to find out where these Paleolithic sites, Mesolithic sites and Neolithic sites are there. And next one is in Neolithic age, so he started some settled life. So how we can say like from hunter-gatherer to settled life, how the transformation? Because the first one is invention of fire. So because of this fire, the lots and lots of changes which happened in this early man. And later on he started domestication of animals and as well as plants. Domestication of animals and plants which started in this Neolithic period. So that is the thing which led to settled life of this early man. Okay, so this thing that you have to see. And after this we have Chalcolithic age and next one is Iron Age. So because of this Iron Age, so lots and lots of changes happened. Why? So why from Stone Age, Iron Age is very much better? So why Iron Age led to the lots of changes? Why? So anyone from farmer or agriculture background here? You. For ploughing, which tool you will be using? Which tools? You will be using tools, right? So by using of these tools, agriculture will become easier, yes or no? So because of this iron invention, discovery of iron, so they started using tools. So with these tools, already they started domestication of plants in this Neolithic period and they started extension. And even what happened, so with this iron, they started making the tools. So because of this, wars also become very easy, right? Understood? So are you connecting the points, like how history is important now also? Okay. So if you read this, at least you will be understanding how early man transformation happened to modern man, at least to some extent. So what are the changes that happened and what led to what? Okay. And next after this we will be studying our major chunk of ancient, that is IVC. So why IVC is very important? At that time, how many civilizations were there? No, 4. So at that time across the world, 4 civilizations were there. So out of this 4, 1 is present in India. So this is the greatness of India. Okay. So we can say it is nothing but first stage of urbanization. So IVC is nothing but first stage of urbanization in India. So even if you are comparing the present cities, they are not par with this IVC. So because of this, we have to learn a lot from this IVC. So even you can get question like, why IVC is still relevant in our present age? So what are the things that we have to borrow from IVC to be implemented in our today's states, today's cities to maintain this urban floods or drainage system, like that you will be getting questions. Because at that time we used to have like very good town planning in that areas. So here every year there will be at least one question from your prelims from this IVC. And this is very important topic and you have to focus each and everything like nook and corner of this IVC. Okay, it is very important. And even IVC, now and then you can see even in the news also, because of discoveries, because of new things that identified, and recently Mehergar is in news. And 3 months back there was one news like, so they went for studying of the earthen pots that they found here, and they found some evidence of storage of dairy products like milk and as well as curd related products there. So because of this IVC, it is always the golden topic of ancient India. So you have to focus on this. So here especially I will suggest you students to make the map. Okay, always you have to use map. This is Indus River, right? Along this Indus River we have this IVC, and even here we have some tributaries of Indus River. So all these sites are present here itself, And you have to know the geographical extent of IVC, what is the westernmost, easternmost, southernmost and northernmost. And you have to see major cities. So do you know any major cities of IVC? Anyone? Yeah? Mohenjo-daro, next? Yeah? Lothal. Next. Come on, you? You? Manoj? Yeah? Balakot. Next. Kalibangan. Next. You? Don't know? History? BA? Tell me, Kamat. So you have studied in your school, right? Harappa? You know Harappa? Yeah. Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Kalibangan. Next, Mehergarh, Lothal, Chanudaro. Yeah. So there are some important sites and you have to see on which river bank they are located, and some are very special. For example, some are focusing on even privacy. So these sites of IVC are like they are maintaining privacy, but now also we are not maintaining privacy. So if you see some cities in some houses, so entire doors are like glasses only. So with that glasses, how can we maintain privacy? No, right? But they are maintaining privacy in those things. And they have 2 stories houses also at that time. And even every house they have like water storage system, like they used to have maintained tanks in their bathrooms. And they have well established drainage system. So at that time, like they did not have like much engineers now we have, but at that time, so they have even manholes to clean them. So they focused a lot on sanitation. So you have to know why this IVC was that much important, and even you have to know the archaeologist who identified those sites. Okay, that is very important. And even you have to know the script and language. Okay, so actually the specialty of this IVC language or script is even today no one deciphered that. No one deciphered that. Why? Because it is a combination of alphabets plus images. Images are there, alphabets are there, but no one knows what it means. Okay, that is the importance. And next one is what are the crafts. For example, we have dancing girl image, some terracotta images, mother goddesses, Pashupati, right? So you have to know about all those important arts of that time. And this one is religions. So is there any temple at that time? Any idea? Temple? Temple? Yeah, they worshipped only nature. At that time there were no temples. And next one is seals and images, that is very important. And next one is economy. So economy part will be starts from this IVC onwards. So that time it started and till now also we are studying that economy. Okay, at that time normally during ancient times we have barter system. So any idea of barter system? Barter system, tell me. Exchange of goods and services. Okay, so later on how this now we are using paper currency, cryptocurrency. So can you tell me the transition from barter system to now present system? So how economy had been changed? Any idea? So after this barter system now they used coins later on. So in that coins also we have copper coins, silver coins, gold coins. So why I am telling all this? Because so certain kingdoms they used them extensively. Okay, for example Kushnas and Guptas, they were very much famous for gold coins. But after Tughlaq came, he went back to copper coins. So that was a one drastic mistake done by this Tughlaqs. If you see, we can compare that with the present demonetization. So demonetization year 2017 or 16, right? So 16 or 17? Demonetization in India. 500 rupees notes, 1000 rupees notes. When? 2016 or 17? 16. 16, right? So that thing we can compare with this event of Muhammad bin Tughlaq's copper coins. So everything is interlinked, right? So that's what you have to understand the history better. And next one is how they are doing trade. As I said, there were 4 civilizations at that time. Yes, India did trade with other countries at that time. So how and in which products? Because now also you are talking about trade, right? So recently the report came that, so here India is having trade deficit with top 10 countries. Yes or no? First country is China. Yes or no? So at that time also we used to have the trade, but in which products we have that trade? Okay, that is the thing that you have to know. And next one is agriculture at that time. So another name of IVC is Meluha. Any idea? Meluha? Meluha. So why it is called as Meluha? Because IVC is a place where very good quality of cotton is produced. Yeah. So for that India got this, this civilization got this name as Meluha. So you have to know which type of crops they have grown. Okay. And in this crops also you can get questions. So which of the following crops are grown in IVC? And next one is domestication of animals. So why domestication of animals is important? Because there are many terracotta images were there that used to be played, that is to be given to the children to play. And even with this domestication of animals, some animals can be used in agriculture, right? Now even now we are using agriculture like cattle, oxes, right? So they also use that thing. And apart from that, they used to get some milk and milk products. So the evidence we found recently, okay? And they never know about horse, these people. So in some statements you can get like, so IVC know horses, but they never. So in this way you can eliminate the statements. So for everything you should be very much clear. Are you getting bored? No, right? And next one is you have to know about weights and measures. So why weights and measures of IVC is important? Because we have 16 units, 16 into, the units will be like 16 into 2, 16 into 3, 16 into 4 like that. So you have to know that. And this weights and measures we can connect with the medieval history. Okay, in medieval history also we can connect those, and actually in 2022 there was question regarding the words which are used for this weights and measures of medieval India. So that IVC will be also important, because you may get question regarding this weights of IVC in the next year. And next one is Vedic period. So in this, after this Paleolithic age, that is Stone Age and IVC, we will be studying with this Vedic period. So this Vedic period is the one of the curse of Indian history. Yes, this is the curse, because whatever the social evils that you read in modern history, that they took birth in this later Vedic period. For example, you can say caste system, right? And you can say about lowering the status of women. So now we are talking about women empowerment, women empowerment. So this women empowerment, the decreasing of status of women, which started in this later Vedic period. I didn't attach this. Okay. Later Vedic period. So in this Vedic period, you will be dividing into Rig Veda, and next one is other Vedas. So first one is early Vedic and next one is later Vedic. And whenever you are reading this Vedic period, so try to compare this both and read, so that it will be very easy to understand. Okay. So here you have to know about what are the sources which says about our Vedic period, and you have to know geographical extent. So wherever you are reading history, you have to know the geographical extent, where it is located. So try to maintain maps for history. Clear? Then only you can easily understand like how it is going on. And next one is you have to see organizations and evolution of monarchy. So evolution of monarchy which started here. And if you see your political organization, so you will be knowing about Sabha, Samiti. Okay, Sabha, Samiti. They are very important and you have to know that. And next one is you have to see social organization, economy and religious practices. So actually what happened here is, so in this Vedic period, so we have like different religions, and here especially you have to know about caste system. So caste system, so how many caste systems? Yeah, what are they? Okay, you have to draw this pyramid. So we have Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. And out of this we have STs and STs, right? So STs and STs are not part of this Varna system. So actually what happened, so in this Rig Vedic period or early Vedic period, So this caste system, it is based on just occupation. So which work you are doing. Okay. So this is like very legible. So if you are changing occupation, you can change the caste system here. But when you see this later Vedic period, now this caste system, it is based on birth. So even though if you are changing your occupation also, there is no use, so you have to be in that caste only. So this caste system which became very rigid. And do you know this manual scavenging? What is this? Manual scavenging. Manual scavenging. Always in use. And even Manual Scavenging Prevention Act also passed, but even the government is not preventing the deaths caused by this manual scavenging. So actually what is the work of this SC? Scheduled caste is they have to carry the ficus on their head. Okay, in the ancient times, so there is no proper drainage system and there is nothing like public toilets like that. So if there is any killing of any, if there is any death of animal is also happened, means that dead body which is getting like bad smell, that used to be carried by this SC people. So from that time onwards, discrimination has happened. And even today also manual scavenging is going on. So because of this manual scavenging, whenever these people are entering into the septic tanks or drainages to clean them or to clear any blockage, so that is causing the death because it is like very insanitated work. They will be getting lots of infections, yes or no? So because of this, government also passed Manual Scavenging Prevention Act, but even though every year the deaths will be happening. So last year there were around 368 deaths because of this manual scavenging happened. Okay, so because of this, yes, can you connect with this history? What is happening today, can you connect with this ancient history? That is clearly we can connect with this later Vedic period. So that's what I am saying. Syllabus is very important. So if you decode what are the things which are present and if you know the micro listing of topics, then you can easily connect with the present current affairs. So current affairs will become 60 to 70% of your syllabus. Okay. So that is the thing. And whenever you are studying this, you have to interconnect everything. That's what I am telling. So I said I will be making you to read newspaper, right? So once this micro listing is done, then it will be very easy for you to keep that article in that place. Clear? And for making of notes also it is very useful. Are you getting the point? Any doubts? So this is about later Vedic period, and my sincere request is whenever you are reading those, so try to make the notes in single A4 size page. So one side early Vedic and another side later Vedic, then it will be very easy to compare. And if you are getting any question, you can easily answer that. Clear? Online students, any doubts? Okay, and after this, one of the favorite area of UPSC is Buddhism and Jainism. So there will be no question paper without this Buddhism and Jainism. Clear? And here what you have to read, you can do comparative study of this Jainism and Buddhism, as I said, like Vedic period, so that you can understand clearly. And even one more thing, now UPSC is focusing is the books. Books or the some important authors of the books which are related to Buddhism and Jainism, and even 2022 also there was one question regarding these books. So here what exactly you have to focus is some basic facts like who was the founder and about the life of Buddha, and this teachings of Buddha is very important. And in this Buddhism we have different sects like Mahayana Buddhism, Hinayana Buddhism, Theravada Buddhism, like that. You have to know exactly what is the difference between each and everything. And next one is you have to see literature of Buddhism, and this literature part even you will be studying in your art and culture also. Okay. So, but whenever sir is discussing here, he will be discussing here itself. He will be not teaching separately again in this art and culture. And next one is you have to see Buddhist councils and what are the developments in that. So, from that area you can get 10 marker question. And next one is you have to see even causes for decline. So, before that let me know why or what are the reasons for this evolution of new religion. Already we have Hinduism, right? But what led to evolution of this Buddhism and Jainism? Any idea? What? What are the reasons? Anyone? Come on, you prepared, tell me. What are the reasons for this evolution or rise of this Buddhism and Jainism? Telugu chep, come on. What are the reasons? So, who was the founder of Jainism? Mahavir, right? Then, from which family he belongs to? Jain. From which family he belongs to before becoming Jain? Any idea? Come on, tell me. Hamid. Poverty. He belongs to Kshatriya clan, Kshatriyas. That means kings. Yeah, tell me. Then how he moved? And if you see this Chaturvarna system, who are the top? We have Brahmins, we have Kshatriyas. So this system which came during this Vedic period, right? And later Vedic period it became very rigid. So in this later Vedic period, the Brahmins they become very prominent in the society. So a Brahmanical dominance is seen. So because of this, to decrease this, so this Jainism and Buddhism evolved. They both become, they are from this Kshatriya clan. Clear? So this is the one primary reason. Apart from that, there are also other reasons. So if I tell everything, it will be like history class, not the micro listing topics. Yeah, so this is about Buddhism, and Jainism also you can do comparative study. Okay, and in this Buddhism, you have to know 5 important scenes of life of Buddha that you will be studying even in art and culture also. And next one is, you can do comparative study. It is about birth of Jain, that is Mahavira, and next one is life of Mahavira. And here you will be studying about mother, father, sister, brother, brother-in-law, like that, everything you will be reading. And next one is teachings of Mahavir. So here this teachings of Mahavir and Buddha will be somewhat similar. So you have to see that, where there are similarities and where there are like differences. So from there, here UPSC is focusing in the recent trends. And next one is organization and sects of Jainism. It is very important. Okay, Shvetambara and Digambara sets. And there you have to know how the Shvetambaras are different from Digambaras and what is the reason why they divide. Okay, actually in this Jainism, they should be naked. They should not wear anything. But the Shvetambaras, they will wear white robes. So why? What led to that? Yeah. Yeah, that's what. You have to know exactly what is the reason. Yeah, naked. One sect will be wearing white robes and one will be not wearing any clothes. They will be naked. So you have to know where they got divided. And again, after dividing also, they came up with their own rules. So who led those? Why? What are the reasons? That thing you have to know. And next one is literature of Jainism, like important books, important authors of that Jainism and Buddhism you have to know. And next one is again we have Jain councils also. You have to see where it conducted and what are the developments of that. One was getting bored. Become hefty today. So you are staying from 11 o'clock, right? Here. So everything is going overhead. No. Just give me like 15 to 20 minutes. I will wind up. At least I will do with ancient history today. And next one is rise of Mahajanapadas. So before this, we have some regional kingdoms. And after that, what happened? Because of wars and everything, so they became united. So can you tell me like what was the reason of wars at that time? For what they used to have the wars in the ancient period? Cows, for cattle. For cattle, they used to have the wars. And you have to know like there were 16 Mahajanapadas, and your task is you have to take the map and you have to locate where those all 16 are there along with capitals. Clear? So this may not be clearly said by history, sir. I am saying clearly like where you have to focus and what you have to do. And next one is you have to know key important dynasties. First one is Magadha. So whenever you are reading any dynasty, you have to write dynasty and important rulers, and you have to see what are their titles. Everyone will be having titles. You have to know the titles and what are the important things they do. So in this way you have to make the table chart for this, at least this Mahajanapadas. And after Magadhas you have to see Haryanka, Shishnaga and Nanda. By this you will be completing this Mahajanapadas. And during this time period, what happened? Persian invasion started. So always when you are reading the invasions, they happens from this northwest side only. Okay, why? Because here in the north side we have hefty Himalayas, they may not cross. So here we have some passes and they used that and they entered into India and they started attacking. So here you have to know like who came, like Persian invasions, Alexander invasions. So everyone is knowing about Alexander, right? Alexander. Not Aristotle, I am asking about Alexander. So you need to know like what is the greatness of Alexander, why he came to India, and during his return only he died. So where he died, everything you have to know. And at that time, yes, we are talking about all these dynasties, Magadha, Haryanka, Shishnaga, Nanda. You have to know even how the society was at that time, and whether there is a change from Vedic period to this Mahajanapadas or not. If there is any change, in what extent, in which areas the changes happened. That is a very important. And as well as you have to see even economy, how they are sustaining. So whether they are collecting taxes or not, how they are getting money, how they are spending money. And next one is administration. So everyone watched this Bahubali movie, right? Mahishmati, idea? Do you have this idea? Yes, right. So if you see that movie, in the entry, in the starting of that movie only, this Ballal Deva will be beating other people. Why? For not paying taxes. Yes or no? For not paying taxes, and there were like strict rules at that time. So you have to know how the rules were there. That is called as society, and how they led to the sustenance of that so and so kingdoms. So just I gave you an example so that you can imagine and you can make the notes on that. And next one is after this Mauryan Empire. So this Mauryan is very important. And in this Mauryan, especially you have to focus on Ashoka. Ashoka the Great. You have to focus on that. And here you have to especially see inscriptions, some sources which are talking about this Mauryan Empire. So even at that time there were number of travelers who visited. So you have to know who are those travelers and what are their writings. And even nowadays UPSC shifted, because from UPSC is giving exams, UPSC is making papers, right? So each and every topic had been covered. Now it is discovering the new areas where it can give the questions to confuse students. So one such areas is, earlier they used to ask about traveler name and which is the book they wrote. Now they are digging deeper and they are asking what is that book talking about. Clear? So you have to see this one unexplored region also. What is that book saying about? Are understanding? Clear? And next one is you have to see other important rulers of this Mauryas. Next one is Chandragupta Maurya and his titles, what is greatness, Bindusara, Megasthenes. So Megasthenes, he is a foreigner traveler. He visited this Mauryan Empire, and you have to know about writings of this person and books and important features of that. And apart from this Ashoka, there were other people also, but they were not much successful as Ashoka. But even though you may get the question, so just know about those details of names at least. Okay, and next one is why Ashoka shifted towards Buddhism. That is very important area. And next one is Ashoka's policy of Dhamma. It is very, very important. And while you are writing essay also, these things that you are reading here, that will be very useful. For example, if you are talking about society, women empowerment. Okay, for example, you are talking about status of women, you can start writing from Rig Veda. So at that time, women's status is equal, and you can write about some important women authors at that time. And later on, in this later Vedic period, women's status had been lowered. So from that time onwards, yes, now it is going on continuing. Like that, whenever you are writing essay, you can connect in the different areas that I will be telling you. But now I want to give you just some hint, like how can you use this history part to write an answer. So many students, okay, on that day when I am saying about this philosophical essays, I said like not only philosophical students or philosophical option students can write, but even others can write, right? So here you can pick up the examples from this history and you can write at least 3 to 4 dimensions here. Clear? Understood? Okay, I will completing soon, Manoj, don't worry. Yeah, and you have to see even what are the reasons for this decline of this Mauryas. And after that, post-Mauryan. So most Mauryan you will be reading Satavahana, Sungas, Kanvas, Sakas, Kushnas and Kanishka. So Kanishka is very important here. And after that again Gupta period. So there is one title for Guptas. Anyone? Do you know about this title of Guptas? Guptas are well known for? Yeah. So Guptas are well known for golden age. So why? You have to know why these Guptas are called as the golden age. Because there were many developments in science and technology, in literature, in economy, in urban centers, in society, in culture. They made lots and lots of changes. So never and ever those changes that were done by post-Mauryans and Mauryans. So because of this, we are calling it as Gupta period. But even though there was Sati at that time in this Gupta period, and there is lowering of status of women is there, Sati is there, some social evils are there. But even though there are lots and lots of advancements which happened during this Gupta period. Clear? So you have to know that. So here there will be a lot of work you have to done regarding the memorizing of facts here. So you will be getting lots of books, lots of authors, you have to know that. And next one is after this Guptas we have Harshavardhana period. So in this Harshavardhana you have to know, like you can spend just half an hour to 45 minutes to complete this Harshavardhana. It is very little and even it is not much relevant also. You will be not getting questions in this area. And after this Sangam period, so for this Sangam period we will recommend to read Tamil Nadu board books, because not even any NCERT and even old NCERT R.S. Sharma is not covered in this Sangam period. So it is covered well in this Tamil Nadu board book. So read this, and from this Sangam period you can expect mains question and also prelims. So here in this Sangam you will be studying about South Indian dynasties. It is related to only South India, but it is not related to North India at all. So here we will be studying about Cholas, Cheras, Pandyas and how these wars are going on. So actually between these 3 empires, so we will be having like wars. So those wars are for agriculture land. So earlier wars used to be done for cattle and now they started for agriculture lands in this southern India. So because of this, if you keenly see everything, so there is something which is related to something. You can understand how this life had been transformed, yes or no? So in this wars itself, earlier they used to do for cattle, now they are doing for agriculture land. And even sometimes if you see Ashoka did war for expanding of his empire. Clear? And next one is you can see foreign dynasties and economy of the Sangam period, society, polity and culture. And wherever you are reading this ancient and medieval, you have to focus on the words. There will be some words, their meaning. Okay, words and meaning you have to focus, because every year you are getting one question in your prelims regarding this word and they are asking what it means. Clear? So this is about our ancient India. So what's the time now? It's already 5. Okay, clear? Any more doubts regarding this ancient history? So just try to mug up this events in this sequence. So first what? Stone Age. Next? IVC. After this? Vedic. Rig Vedic and later Vedic. After this? After this? Buddhism and Jainism. Next? Magadhas. Next? Next? Mauryans, post-Mauryans and Guptas, Harshavardhanas. So in this way you have to remember, and after mugging up this, later on you have to see the important dynasties which comes under that. Okay. So here this post-Mauryans you have Shatavahana, Sungas, Kanvas, Sakas, Kushnas and Kanishkas. The next step is you have to remember these things. Clear? And after this next step is you have to know the important rulers. Okay, and after this you have to know the titles. Then your work is done. Is it clear? So, is it appearing simple or hard now? Simple, right? So, within 1 week I will complete each and every part of your syllabus. After that we are going to start Hindu, reading of Hindu newspaper. By the meanwhile, you have to start this Hindu. I am posting videos right on YouTube. So, watch that and try to read something. And after complete, yeah? No, I am posting every day Hindu analysis. No. Every day I will be posting Hindu analysis videos. What? 2 o'clock? No, I will check with that. Okay, so in this way, after decoding of syllabus, then it will be very easy to connect. Are you understanding? Okay, so any more doubts, anyone? And try to write answers on that day. Tomorrow I will be checking your answers. Okay? Yeah, any more doubts? Online students, any more doubts? Manual scavenging, Ashoka, very good, Dayakar. Okay, so tomorrow we are going to complete medieval and modern, so please cooperate at least for 1 week, so that I will be completing entire syllabus. If syllabus is done, it will be easy for you students to understand everything. Believe this, nowhere no one is explaining the syllabus, no one is connecting what you have to read, what is happening in the present, that is having the relevance with the past. So you have to connect that, that's it. So this is the way, clear? And if you read in this way, I can say you can easily write essay. There will be no problem in writing at all the essay. So after once Hindu is done, I will be starting mains answer writing by the meanwhile. So every day 1 hour my class will be there. So after our GS class. So fix it, every day at least 5 hours of GS, and if optional will be starting, then it will be extra 2.5 hours per day. Clear? And today onwards we are going to start prelims, and also I will be giving you the link in the group regarding the test. Okay, clear? Any more doubts, anyone? No, right? So yesterday sir didn't give any mains question. Yes? No, right? So today he gave 2 questions, right? So write answer for that and bring tomorrow for sure. And do revise that day's topics on that day only. And sir will be also asking questions. Today he asked questions, right? By pointing you. So the same way he said he will be asking questions also. So be careful. Clear? Shall I leave? Is this okay today? Understood this ancient? Okay. Thank you so much for attending, and tomorrow the class is at same time 11 to 5, and even sir is saying that he will be taking classes on even Sunday. Is it okay? Sunday? Will you come? Yes, right? Sunday also you will be having class. Yeah, thank you so much for attending, students. If you have doubt, so please wait, I will address your doubts.